Alright. And he's from USA, and his topic is a comparative study of solid waste management in the United States, Europe, and Asia.
I would like to present the topic here is a comparative study of solid waste management in the United States, Europe, and Asia. And I'm Professor of Civil Engineering at Kansas State University. I would like to start with thanking the organizer of the International Conference on Waste, Business, and Management that is being held in September 12 to 13, 2023. So this is a study we did a few years back. One of my high school students informed me on that. So this study is mainly kind of data gathering to look at different types of literature and coming up with a decision matrix to see which country seems to be a little better in terms of the solid waste management, municipal solid waste management mainly. So that's our main target for this kind of study. So the outline of the study that I have here is mainly introduction. I'll try to introduce that topic based on what we have done here, as well as the research parameters from the schooling. So we have used a number of parameters and we scored them based on our available data and our judgment, things like that. Then in order to go and do this study, million square kilometer for the United States. For the Europe is 4.5, close to 4.5 billion square kilometer, and for the Asia is close to 45 billion square kilometer. Population density per square kilometer, US seems to be very low, but the Europe is the highest one, and the second one is the Asia is 102. GDP $21.34 trillion for the America, for the USA or United States, and close to 22 trillion for the European Union or European countries, and like 31.58 for the Asian countries. Per capita GDP is close to $60,000 for the United States, and close to 41 is the Europe, and close to 7,000 for the Asia. PC per personal consumption expenditure looks like USA has the highest, 68.4%. Europe has 54, and the Asia data, I could not find the Asian data in this case exactly, because since the Asian countries, the region, so 7 countries kind of work in this case. So as I mentioned, that 10 indicates that we use the 0 to 10. So if I explain how we mention 0 and 10, the 10 indicates that the region executes or displays a parameter nearly perfect. For example, if the region receives 10 under the parameter of developmental health, it would indicate that the region has very negligible to no population pollution due to MSW practices, management practices. But, okay, this is the decision matrix that myself and the high school student we did based on the parameter, 10 parameters, right? So techniques look like US and Europe, but it kind of like tie. In this case, Asia has 2, because we did compare I have used different techniques and what the Asian countries they use. Finances is 850. Asia doesn't have any really financial structures on that. USA has a lot of those in there. European country has some of the cases. Landfill taxes, USA doesn't have any tax. Europe has the highest tax, and the Asia has some tax also. So that's why you put 7 and 3 and 0 for US profit. USA makes some profit. Definitely, Europe looks like makes more profit, because some cases profit is very important because of it's a kind of a private company. Their motivation is something like that. And the Asia is number 4. Looks like that is 4. Job creation, US is the highest. European country second, and Asia is very low because they don't have real stock. More aggressive than the USA. And looks like Asian countries, they use that too. China, maybe Singapore, maybe Malaysia, India, that use some of those. Environmental health, looks like Europe is more cautious than the USA and Bangladesh. I mean, the Asian countries maybe even very not serious on those things. So total score looks like USA got, United States got 58, Europe got 63, and Asia got 22. So this is number 1, number 2, this is number 2. We can say, but looks like United States are very similar kind of practices and waste management, but looks like Asian countries still behind a lot. So they need to do some more follow-up and more work on those things. So that would be my another suggestions. As I said, when I took this study, my intention was to make something, compare and give the idea for the third world countries where their waste management is not great. So summary conclusion, as I said, the study aimed to compare the municipal solid waste management systems of three large regions. So that it could be, a limitation was the regional, right, as I said. I took some data from different literature. For Asian countries, 45, more than 45 countries, right? So they may not have a unified data source. So different countries, they may have different practices. So that's why it was not easy to do that. So this research design allowed compiling information from many sources to increase accuracy of the data in the justifications for decision metrics. The study was accomplished through utilization of purposive sampling that we mentioned before, and also we have discussed. Okay, 10 parameters we have used, and the scale was, numeric scale was 0 to 10. So again, if I repeat those, waste management techniques, finance, then the landfill taxes, profits, job creation, waste generation, waste composition, waste storage, collection and transportation, energy recovery, and finally is the environmental impact. So the Europe had the best municipal solid waste management practices with a score of 63 out of 100 according to the specific parameters, 10 parameters. The United States had the second score, 58 out of 100, and Asia had the lowest score, 22 out of 100. So it looks like Europe and the United States were very close, but Asia is far behind. So again, based on the data, as I said, based on the data and the sources, as I said, from different literature, from journals, from library literatures and other sources. The final score from the decision metrics suggests that the Europe had the most favorable municipal solid waste management system, though the United States is not much worse than Europe because of many limitations observed in this study. Excuse me. More future studies are necessary with more focused analysis. This way, a study can be total and sum while still impactful. Also, it is recommended that researchers conduct future studies on areas that are eliminated out of this, such as Africa, Australia, and South America. There are many similar issues happening in some of those places as in Asia. So it is imperative that those results are examined in the future studies. One could even replicate this study with those regions instead. So, like similar study can be taken by that. In this case, I think this is the end of my presentation. I would like to thank again the organizers and the opportunity for me to present my topic here. And I also thankful to the audiences who listened to me for 20 plus minutes, or whatever presentations here. Now we would like to go for some question and answer sessions.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Karim, for enlightening us and giving us a very comprehensive analysis for the solid waste management in the United States, Europe, and Asia. Any question, please? All right, thank you very much for your time. Yes, yes, please. DG, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable waste management. So solid waste is a global problem, and some of the countries want to eliminate and reduce this problem, but some of the undeveloped countries have still this. So can you, sir, please share us about how we will eliminate this problem from all over the world? Thank you.
So all over the world, this is a very broad question. So again, solid waste management takes a lot of money, right? So in the USA, I can give you some data that we use almost $70 to $80 per ton to manage those. And now USA current practices so far, what we can do is we do like around 48% diversion from the landfill and 52% still goes to the landfill. Okay, and the diversion that happens, as I said, is mainly the sources, reduction in the sources, as well as we do a lot of composting, a lot of burning, incinerators, waste to energy, and things like that. Recycling also another one, plastic glasses and other things. But these are the things we can do, but we can increase. There is another process. I think someone mentioned in there, higher gasification and pyrolysis. So some of the cases, some studies shows that you can eliminate the 100% solid waste from going to the landfill. But again, everything has to be like something separated into, like gasification could be one of them. Then the pyrolysis as the tires is also part of the solid waste. Ultimately it goes to the solid waste. So it could be very hard to say nowadays, saying that, okay, we can eliminate the generation of solid waste 100%. I don't think this is possible to do it, but we can keep working on those things and see different research and other things, what else we can do to make less solid waste goes to the landfill. So 100% elimination is still beyond kind of imagination to me, looks like, because I work in solid waste management areas for a number of years. Still working on it as a research capacity, not as a really like a consultant or as a regulator, things like that. So very good questions, but everybody should be thinking and spending a lot of money on those things. We have to have intention to spend money on those. Without spending money as part of our income, as a part of the management of the solid waste, it's not possible. So, but we can work towards that. Very good questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.